This week, we cannot speak the words of the English language. That's right, sometimes living in Japan has its costs. And this week, it's English. That's the cost and the price of living in the greatest place that's giving us some great fast food, which we will talk about. And we're also going to give you the lowdown on Metal Gear Rising, which is old, but we're making it new again. And we have a question this week. Why are there so many remakes? We love them, but why are there so many? And finally, everyone, we remixed it up. You're going to hear a nice little remix in the middle of the show, and we hope that you enjoy it. I think it's pretty nice. So we love you all. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UGP_cast. Tell your friends, family, and everyone you love there's a new show in town that you just can't resist. Leave a 5-star review on iTunes or any platform that you're listening on, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hey everyone, welcome to the Unknown Games Podcast. This is episode number 22. Last week we were old enough to drink, and this week we're off to find a job. I believe that's the case. And I'm Adrian, of course, your host. And I can't say I'm alone because what would life be like if we were all alone? I'm joined with my favorite friend, Alex.
What's up, I'm Alex?
And the best intro ever. What's up, I'm Alex. And today, I think we have a good show. I got to say, it's been, I did kind of come home today. I was a little bit tired, but I'm like, you know what? Got to knock this podcast out because that's what professionals do.
Yeah, you do it because you have to.
No, I do it because I love to.
Of course.
We do it for you. We do it for you, everybody. But yeah, we have a great show lined up for you today. And remember, you can always follow us on Twitter or on Instagram at UGP_cast. Tell your friends, tell your family, your dogs, your neighbors, and your cats.
And your enemies.
And your enemies, because you never know when the bully is actually going to become your friend, like a shonen manga.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of games that we've been playing recently. I know I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Rising. No, sorry. Metal
Gear Rising. Yeah.
Revengeance. I always call it Solid Rising. Like for some reason.
It used to be Solid Rising, and then did you know the story or no?
No, I don't know the story.
So there's a tangent. Sorry. It just really short. It got announced as Metal Gear Solid Rising, and it was supposed to be a midquel between 2 and 4, explaining how Raiden became a cyborg ninja.
How he became badass.
Yeah, but then that game ended up in development hell, and then Konami canceled it. They just canceled it. And Platinum stepped in, and we're like, oh, like we actually like that concept. We're like, we want to make it. So then they just formed the project into Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Okay. And it became a sequel to 4, and just kind of changed the story. But anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, there we go. And then we've also got Apex, of course. I don't know, just checking in. It's our weekly check-in on it if we have anything to say. I think you've still been playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE Encore. See, I got it right this time. I got it right.
Right.
You got it right. And then after that, we got some things in Japan life in terms of crazy fast food as always. Take a break, and then we come back with some news. So I think that
sounds good.
Sounds pretty good. So we're going to start with the games that we're playing.
Yep.
Like I said, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid. Darn it.
No Solid.
Why? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Right. You can skip that last part, but yeah.
Oh, but it just sounded really cool with my Revengeance.
How are you enjoying it? You're only 4 hours in, maybe?
I'm only about 3 or 4 hours in. This is the first Platinum game that I've actually. Okay, not the first Platinum game. It's the first Platinum game that I felt like I've kind of liked more so than. I don't know. There was just something about Bayonetta that irked me. It's
really. Dude, what? It's character design or what?
I think it's just the character design, just how much.
She's too hot for you.
She's too hot for me. And I look, it's like every line and then that thin story. It's just like, oh, look at me. I'm Bayonetta. Let me flip my hair. Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay. So, anyways, it was the only game I literally wanted to skip cutscenes in. The gameplay, though, I loved. I love the gameplay in Bayonetta, and
It's
Platinum.
good.
Yeah, Platinum Games, they don't fail on gameplay. Any game that they've made, even when they were Clover, shit is awesome and off the hook. So,
Yeah, I think Platinum, that's their strength for sure, is just a battle system, a combat system that really hooks you.
mhm.
So,
And
Rising has all that.
they definitely have that. And what I've really enjoyed is just how fun it is in terms of, like, you have like the, I guess it's the Zangetsu or the Zansatsu,
So, Zandatsu.
Zandatsu mechanic, where you just cut things just for the heck of it, just infinitely until it just explodes. Everything's just so action oriented in terms of the way you rip out the spines. I love that. I love that so much. Ripping out spines and other body parts.
Yeah, and it's high risk, not high risk per se, but you want to be doing that as much as you can because that recovers all your health.
Yeah, and it really does. Like the enemies, I'm playing on normal just because I want to enjoy the game. But I could, like, after doing the first 4 hours with 2 boss fights, I think hard is actually a better difficulty. If you've played action games before, like Devil May Cry or even Bayonetta or whatever, definitely step it up to hard. I think it's worth it. The parry system, it's not as intuitive as Bayonetta. I think Bayonetta has a much better
I love Bayonetta. Yeah, when you do the perfect dodge, it's when you dodge, right? And then you get witch time.
And you get witch time. And I love the counter weapon in Bayonetta. I think it's one of the last ones you get that literally you have to do perfect timings to get like witch time. It's so good. But yeah, this one, it's not as intuitive. You have to press forward and attack in the direction, not the direction, but the same, if it's a horizontal attack, you need to do a horizontal. If it's vertical, you need to do vertical. So you have to be looking at the enemy tells, which they do tell you when, they do give like a little warning when they're going to attack. But for me, I'm still kind of slow on the reaction, so I can't exactly tell when they're going to do a vertical or a horizontal. That's just my problem.
I think it's just part of playing the game, because when you get to the final boss, you have to know how to parry or you're going to get wrecked.
Gosh, it's going to be the part of my... I'm playing this on stream, by the way, chat. No, this is you're not chat. You're listeners. Listeners.
You have to turn your brain on and off. Yeah,
you have to turn it on and off. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's the part where I just end up dying a lot. Hopefully not. I'm really enjoying the kind of lance of longitude like weapon that I've got. Spear of hands, of arms, whatever.
That one's a pretty good one. So I played the game when it came out on PC, which is a little bit after it came out on PS3 and I think Xbox 360. I think is out. Maybe, I don't know. At least PS3, anyways. The last weapon you get is probably my favorite because it's like you can shoot it out and you can pull right in towards your enemy.
Oh man, and that's one thing. Like Platinum, they don't disappoint on weapons. I gotta say, like when you hit like an unknown combo that you didn't do before, and this happened like while I was streaming too. Like I just started whipping these guys with the arms, and I'm like, what is like? I literally was just laughing and enjoying. That's
what happens when you tap the secondary attack button. I think repeatedly, like you'll break into that eventually.
Oh man, it just feels so good. So I'm enjoying Revengeance, Rising, whatever. It's amazing. I'm going to continue playing it. Doesn't mean I haven't stopped playing Kandagawa Jet Girls. I play it every once in a while. I'm thinking maybe to stream it just, 3 hours straight. I have unlocked the other story modes. Not other stories, but the other school stores. Yeah. I've unlocked 3 of them. And I found the mini games, like cleaning your jet, your jet boat thing.
Are there sexy like side things you can do? Because in Senran Kagura, you can go into the change room and you can just like I'm not making this up at all. You can put up you can change them into different swimsuits and stuff. That sounds normal so far, right?
Like a locker. So this has that kind of locker room. Yeah.
Cool. And then you can, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like touch mode essentially. You can just like touch the girls in all these different spots. And then eventually if you get their excitement meter high enough, you can kiss them.
It sounds like Catherine. Is that Catherine? Or
I haven't played Catherine, but so this is a thing that you can do in Senran Kagura, and they
encourage you to.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a fun thing that the series has. It's one of the silly things.
It's okay. I'm not judging you.
But well, I didn't make it. But in the most recent one, kind of to go on what we're talking about recently with Token Raw sessions, is in that same vein. is when the last one came out in English, they actually cut that feature out entirely for the English release.
I could definitely see them cutting like that. Like, and I haven't run into anything like that in Kanagawa Jet Girls. It's very wholesome. I mean, they still have their big breast to an extent, but they're very much covered up. There's only like a couple of teams that have bikinis, and they give you bikinis, like you can switch the clothes out, but I don't know, it just feels wholesome to me.
So it's a little bit nicer than I think. So Senran Kagura has that mode, and there's also a game called forget the name of it. It was on Vita, but it's the same
developer.
Yeah, it's something just really sexy name. Hold on.
It's the Oni-chanbara? No, it's not the Oni-chanbara.
Valkyrie Drive. It's called Valkyrie Drive.
Okay.
Right.
Valkyrie
and it's
Drive.
on the Vita, and it's the same thing. I actually think it's like crazier than Senran Kagura. So all the girls in this game have gigantic breasts. So Senran Kagura has like, big ones, normal ones, small ones, just every kind of person. Just every kind of person, every kind of person, right?
every kind,
every kind of a person's type, whoever you might be, right? But in Valkyrie Drive, they're all big. There's no like, they're all huge. Yeah,
I'm just like, there's no preferences there. Can't scale it down.
Yeah. So this is the same developer, and the way that you're describing Kanagawa Jet Girls is like, oh, this is them trying to take it easy after they've gone off the deep end.
after the deep end, yeah, it really does feel moderate. So okay. Because I don't feel like embarrassed to stream it. It's really just like wholesome fun, in my opinion. So
okay,
I'm gonna stream that. I think after I get done with Revengeance, it's like a in between break. But
sure.
Yeah. So I know you've been playing. That's all I've been playing. There's nothing else after that. You've been playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions, right?
Yeah. Still? Yeah, I'm still playing it. I'm trying to like get through it as well. At least before, I don't know, man, like FF7 comes out maybe.
I mean, you've still got what, 40 days or something like that?
I think as far as I can tell, it's like a 50 to 60 hour game. I'm not sure. So the average length of a JRPG.
Possible. Yeah, you can do it.
I just have to play a little more often than what I've been playing right now.
Yeah.
But so it's good so far. When we were talking about it last time, I was like, oh, it seems kind of like Sailor Moon, where just like the baddie of the day.
Yeah.
It really, that trend is still going. So I finished the first chapter, and we took care of that baddie, right? Everything resolved pretty nicely.
And now a new battery popped up.
And then chapter 2, I just started chapter 2 tonight, and then this new baddie, in really, honestly, in Sailor Moon fashion, like it's so much like Sailor Moon. Just the type of bad guys.
They wear a mask.
Do they wear a mask in Sailor Moon?
I don't know. I haven't seen Sailor Moon in so long, but I'm just gonna say they wear masks.
No, but it's just like the normal human that's been like possessed.
Oh, that's been possessed and is still trying to do the bit of taking the performa from people.
Yeah,
but
so they've been taken over, and then they don't know what they're doing essentially. So they're
and
just
you have to free their heart.
Yes, exactly.
Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, it really is, like you said, it's the classic magical girl.
Yeah, the magical girl, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. So I'm still going through Tokyo Sessions. It's like, it's so anime. So if you're a fan of that kind of anime, you might actually really enjoy this game because it plays out the same way. It has the same beats as a typical magical girl series, where it's like the everyday life where they're joking and stuff, and then it goes to like the bad guy appears, and then you do the dungeon, and then it goes back, right?
Right.
It feels like it's broken up in the same way that the episodes would be.
Right.
But I haven't really been into like that kind of anime in a while. And to be honest,
it's been a long time since that kind of anime has been. I mean, like here in Japan, of course, you got, Pretty Cure and Aikatsu, and I mean there's a bunch of them that are still on but not broadcast abroad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm having a hard time, to be honest, like really enjoying it so far.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to the dungeon, when I'm in the dungeon, I'm just like, oh, I'm actually enjoying this more now.
Okay.
But when I'm just like in the office, like in our idol, the
office. You want to say gym show, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
the office. It's just their production agency.
Yeah, that's it. A production agency. Yes. Okay. So when you're in that, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care about these characters right now. I don't care about this story.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of harsh in the sense that at least the gameplay is good, but in an RPG like this, it's not like it's a shooter, right? You do need the story, you do need the character. So hopefully it gets a little bit better for you. Like
Yeah,
it
I'm
gets
hoping
like
it will.
something. And like,
Yeah.
are the Fire Emblem characters the I guess the kind of persona-like spirits? Are they adding anything to it, or are they just there?
I mean, I feel like if you're a fan of Fire Emblem, you would have a way better time with it because you're like, oh, I love Crom. Like, yeah, it's cool. I love his deep voice, but
Man, forget Crom. I
I
don't
haven't
care about
played a
that
lot of
dude.
Fire Emblem, so
So
you
it's just kind of
know,
like, yeah, it's like kind of mute, moot
it's like, oh,
on
that's
that.
cool. Like, I know these guys; they're their own respective heroes. Like, if I was playing Fire Emblem, these are big deals, right? But I haven't played Fire Emblem really, so you know.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get a little more into it.
Well, I hope so too. I'm looking forward to hearing a little bit more of it. And, until then, we do have the game that continues to balance out the good and bad in our lives, Apex Season 4.
Yeah.
It's still doing. I do have a couple of questions. One, Havoc and Sentinel, are they actually worth using, or have you found them just to be kind of meh?
The Havoc? You mean the L-Star?
Oh, dang. That answers that question. So the Havoc is out, L-Star's in. Okay.
No,
And
wait. The Havoc didn't change very much.
it didn't change very much, but there's just not another energy weapon that much besides the L-Star.
Yeah, the L-Star and the Havoc. Okay, well, to answer your question about that Sentinel, I haven't been using the Sentinel very much, but it's pretty deadly in the right hands because, especially when you do the shield battery charge, the disruptor charge, it doesn't matter where you hit them. Anywhere on the body, it will shatter their shields.
But the thing that I'm finding is like, okay, so say you hit that shot, do you like? It's still charged,
Mm-hmm.
So it still does that 130 damage, right? If you hit them.
If you hit them, headshot is 140, I think.
Okay.
Regardless if it's disruptor or not. But if you have disruptor on, it does 100 damage.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it only breaks shields.
Essentially, yeah. It's a shield breaker, and that's where I think a lot of people are kind of having a little bit tough time deciding if they want to use it or not because the rate of fire. And I've actually I've tried to use it, and it's all right, but I found myself wondering like, should I just go back to use a longbow, which I can't find. I can't find longbows that much. They're like rare now.
Yeah, they're hard to find. But here's the thing about the Sentinel is that it has a fast weapon swap time. So if you can shatter a shield with it, you can switch to your secondary a little bit faster than normal. And you can, if you have, let's say, a P2020 with disruptor rounds, you can shred. You can just down. You can down them.
Okay. So you're talking about like a mid-ranged Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see that. I've been on Wingman and Peacekeeper.
Yeah. So like I was kind of dunking on the L-Star when it was a gold weapon because it was a rare weapon and it sucks. Like I would never land shots with the L-Star.
And then they did gold duos and it was everywhere.
Yeah, and I still couldn't land any shots. But like now that it's a normal weapon, I've actually been using it a lot and I've been landing shots with it. Like if you can get into mid-range with the L-Star, it does a lot of damage.
Are you finding burst better or just like, because I like just shooting it just continuously.
Yeah, so here's the thing. But you know that like if you hold it down, it overheats and then you have to do a reload animation, right?
Right.
But if you stop shooting and you wait a little bit and then it kind of cools down. But what you do is you have your secondary. Let's say your secondary is
just like swap?
Yeah. So you have like an R99 or a Prowler with a select fire on it. So you use the L-Star first and you hold it for like 2-3 seconds just before it overheats, swap to your secondary, continue shooting. Once you're out of ammo on your R99, go back to your L-Star and you're good to go.
That's there.
So that's like 6-7 seconds of just bullets.
Just bullets.
Yeah.
And there we go, everyone. That's Alex's Apex tip of the week.
Yeah.
Just the tip of the week.
Just don't use that on me.
Yeah, just don't use it on us. Use it for us. To take out your enemies in a very loving manner. Get that win. And like I said, we got some news in terms of Japan Life. Our life here in Japan is blessed with fast food. That's just such a strange thing. I don't
Fast food, fast, as if no other country in the world is fast food. But
yeah. It's like you don't have fast food like Japan fast food.
Yeah.
This week we both did a couple of reviews. I'm going to be throwing up the review for the Gohan burger that we talked about, I think last episode or the episode before.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a video review of that up. But first, old boy Alex decided to try out the heart pizza from Domino's.
Yeah. So Domino's is already doing a limited time pizza that it's called the Ultra Cheese, where they just put a crap load of cheese on their pizza. They're just selling
Ultra Cheese pizza.
Yeah. And then in the middle of that limited run is the Heart Ultra Cheese, which they were doing for like 3 days or 4 days or something around Valentine's Day. So it's literally just a heart-shaped pizza, or it's supposed to be at least.
Supposed to be. It's they tried. They tried.
Yeah, and I got really curious, and I was like, it was so Valentine's Day was Friday, right?
Right.
So I was like working, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm in the mood. It's Friday night. I kind of earned it.
You earned it. Did you at least buy your significant other this pizza? Like,
well, no, it came before my girlfriend even got home. So
dang.
Yeah.
What was meant to be for two was actually
I ate it. I ate the whole thing.
Just for myself,
by myself. But anyways, here's the thing: the pizza is it's an M size in Japan, which is basically an S size in any other country.
Right.
So if you're listening from North America or probably even Europe, Australia, just imagine a small pizza.
Yeah, just a personal pizza.
Right.
How much did it cost here?
Oh my god, it's like $20.
Okay, so for double the price or triple,
basically.
Yeah.
So it's a personal sized pizza with so much cheese. I didn't take a picture or anything about this, but like just imagine biting into a pizza and then looking at the cross section.
Right.
And the cheese is like 3 times as thick as the crust. It's just like cheese crust. It's so thick, so much.
So you're just eating cheese essentially,
right? It's so cheesy.
You're just making yourself constipated.
Yeah, I mean, I did not feel good. I didn't feel good.
I remember. I was gonna say though, I remember over Discord, Alex sends me a message that just says, "I think I'm gonna throw up."
I'm gonna throw up. Yeah, that was.
There was no context. It was just, I want to throw up.
I'm gonna vomit. That's what I said. I felt bad, so I was hungry because I skipped lunch that day because I was like, oh, I'm ordering pizza tonight. I want to balance my calories a little bit, so I skipped lunch. And by the time the pizza came, I was decently hungry, so I just chomped down. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this. I'm kind of hungry. It's not great, but I'm really hungry, and I like pizza. I got halfway through the pizza, and I was like, oh man. This is not good.
Cheese is heavy, and you were talking about like balancing your calories, and I threw a video of this up on the Twitter, so yeah, you can go check it out. You can see him eating it, and at the very end of the video, he's just like, "Oh man, I wonder how many calories are in this stuff." 3,000? Was it 3,200?
No, it's 3,885.
It's even worse.
It's almost 4,000. Yeah.
It's like 4,000 calories for a personal pizza. That's just...
And I ate that on Friday. And then here's the bad thing. Is like I went to bed not feeling good. I woke up not feeling good. And it was Saturday, the day after. And that's when I went out for dinner with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
For Valentine's. So I went and had like more food the very next day.
But it wasn't pizza. So that's
no, it was
good.
pizza.
What?
We went to like an Italian restaurant. And I ordered one of the fancy restaurant pizzas, and so I had pizza, and then I had leftovers actually. So I had pizza 3 days in a row. Yeah.
Make sure you have a laxative ready because you got to get that bowel movement. I'm as concerned for your health. You got to get that, relaxation, that laxative to just let the cheese out.
So you can catch like an edited video of me eating on Twitter, but the full thing is actually on YouTube. I don't think we've ever linked our YouTube, but
yeah, we didn't. I always forget to link the YouTube, but yeah, the full thing is on our YouTube, which you can still always find it. Just Unknown Games Podcast. If you just look it up.
Yeah, it's like a really really small channel. We don't have much content on there, but at least the full version of this video is there. So if you want to see like 4.5 minutes of me just like. Just confused at what I purchased, and yeah, that's on there.
My favorite part, is at So it's at the end when you look at the calorie count, but it's right before that, and you just take the box and you just toss it to the side, and you're like, well, that was that. If you want it, you can also have it.
I threw it on the ground. It just made this huge like noise. The pizza box hit my floor.
Oh man! So I mean, at least your experiences was at least exciting. Like, and when I put the Gohan
burger though,
the Gohan burger, that is some crap.
I had the same thing. I didn't take a video of it, but I ordered it like just personally. Like I went to McDonald's. I had it too, and I know what you're saying. It's not great.
It's not great. So like it's rice instead of your normal hamburger bread patties or bread buns. It's rice, like just 2 patties of rice
that they kind of squeeze together so it doesn't fall apart. Together.
But it's the thing is the rice isn't, and I don't know if they have this in the US. I'm pretty sure they do have like microwavable rice. Like we have
like Uncle Ben's or something. Oh no, you're thinking of the plastic tray rice here in Japan, right?
Yeah, the plastic tray rice. So it's this kind of sticky rice that isn't sushi rice. It's not sticky rice. It's just preserved rice that you heat up in the microwave when you want to have some rice to eat and you don't want to cook it.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. So it feels almost like, or the texture is like a squishy. I don't even know how to describe mochi, but it's squishy. It's not firm.
Yeah.
It's not.
What's mochi in English? It's like soft. I'm having a hard time speaking English right now.
This is what happens when you live in Japan too long, everybody.
How do you describe mochi? It's like sticky, squishy, sticky, right? Kind of like
it's like
a fluffy, sticky kind of thing.
Fluffy, sticky. Actually, the best way to describe people, I bet everyone's had like Korean, and at Korean barbecue, there's the tteokbokki. It's almost like a little cheese. Like they look like cheese, but it's not cheese. It has that texture. That's what mochi kind of is. But yeah, I got the teriyaki flavored because I'm like, what goes better with rice than teriyaki? And what says Japan better than teriyaki?
I thought the same thing, dude. I was like, if I'm gonna get a rice burger, I'm obviously gonna get teriyaki, right?
Because the other choices were just like a normal burger, like meat patty, and
then chicken, right?
Fried chicken.
I was this close to getting a chicken burger.
Not even baked chicken, but fried chicken.
Yeah. Like so, I was gonna get the chicken one. I was like, that's weird, isn't it? It's like a McFillet kind of thing, like chicken fillet with cheese and rice. I'm like, I'm not into that. So I got teriyaki. I'm like, I unwrapped the burger.
Yeah.
My first reaction was just like, I made a mistake.
It's because like, so the first thing you see is that their sauce is like just flowing off.
It's everywhere.
There's teriyaki sauce and mayo just mixed there, and like it's all in the package, like all just in the wrapping. And then you get to the rice, and you're like, "Well, I don't want to touch the rice," so you eat.
It's so gross, right?
Oh god, it's a nightmare.
You're trying to like hold the burger in the wrapper without actually touching the burger because you don't want to get your hands messy.
And the rice is smaller than it's actually not even teriyaki chicken. It is sausage. It's teriyaki sausage.
It like sticks out. Like the patty is way too big for the patties. Like the beef or the meat, right? Is too big for the
So
it just sticks out.
You're just eating sausage, and then
for a little bit for the first two bites.
For the first 2 bites, and then you're eating mayonnaise and teriyaki sauce, and then in there's just like whatever that mochi kind of that rice is. You don't even really taste the rice. It doesn't. Yeah. There's no crisp to it. There's nothing. It's just
it was really soft. So I think I might try the chicken one just as like a second opinion. You know what I mean?
Get a second opinion.
But legit though, again, and I'm gonna say it again: if you guys are in Japan, get the black hot at KFC.
Get the black hot. Really you can't go wrong with that black hot.
Really good. Yeah.
Cannot go wrong. We both testify on that one.
Yeah. I was so shocked when we tried it that one time. I was like, oh crap, this is legit. This is good.
It was legit. It was good. I could have ate like 2 or 3 of them. It's the perfect size, good price. Yeah. We can't sing enough praises to the black hot.
Anyway, so that's our segment on Japanese fast food. Join us next week for more,
Yeah, the best in the nation or in the world. You'll have to find out next time we come back. But that's going to do it for this half of the show, everyone. And I think this next part, you're going to be a little bit surprised because we have done a little bit of remix to the sponsorship. I don't know why I was.
Why did you say it like that?
Because I had to remix it.
Like that?
Because I had to remix it. I had to remix everything.
That's not
about
a remix. That's just you. No, it's awful. See you guys after the break.
See you guys after the break.
Oh, thank you.
And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that nice little surprise because you're going to be listening to it for the next 20 episodes. Our lovely sponsor voices.
Yeah, it's like an anime season where they do a new opening theme every season.
Every season. Which means
or
I guess,
every half season maybe.
Does that mean we're in like a new season then?
Sure. Yeah. Second arc.
We're in the second arc. Welcome to the Unknown Games Podcast, Arc 2.
Everyone knows that the first two arcs are always the best and they drop off.
Dang.
Like Bleach. You've seen Bleach, right?
Oh, let's not even get into Bleach. Yeah. I've seen Bleach. I've read
Everyone
Bleach.
Everyone knows that after Soul Society, that series is just
after Soul Society. That's
why
it.
Bother? Because
why bother with an entire arc that was legit filler? A legit filler arc.
You're talking about the Bount arc?
Yes.
But I mean, like, even after the Bount, like when they go, okay, we're getting off. Anyways, yeah, it's not all bad, but Soul Society.
No, it's all bad. It's all bad.
The highlight there.
It's all bad because our boy Sato Chad can't even can't do jack squat. No one can do squat. Doesn't he have
a comeback when they go to like what is it? Hueco, whatever. Like
he gets his butt
world?
beat. He spends an entire 10 episodes or whatever beating up this one guy to then have Grimjaw come in, slap the crap out of him.
Grimjaw,
and then Ichigo comes in. He's like, Ichigo, I'm sorry, I failed you. Ichigo comes in, slaps down. Yo, Chad, thanks for buying time, bruh. I'm going to finish this up. What is this?
Yeah. You didn't like that arc? When they go to the what was the name of that world again?
It's called Hueco Mundo.
Oh, yeah. Like, you didn't like that arc at all?
Well, me and my friend, there's some major things in that arc that me and my friend always talk about. Number one, you maybe should have not just guns blazing. You can sneak in, you can try.
Yeah.
Number two, Ucleora, dude, straight up beat Ichigo. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care how you look at it. Ichigo, you game shark the hell out of that.
Oh, he did. What was his trump card in that fight again?
He just came back to life because Orihime did. I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyways, yeah, Bleach. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Go binge watch it when you guys have the time.
And if you feel even worse about your life, go watch the live action movie. Actually, it's not that bad.
I've seen that.
The live action isn't actually that bad. I fell asleep halfway, but it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Okay, it's not that bad, but it's still bad. Anyways,
gosh.
It's on the agenda.
So on the agenda, we haven't done a topic in a long time. I figured it'd be nice to kind of bring up a little nice long form conversation. And with that, I actually had someone write to me who's a listener of the show, and they were like, because we've been huge on Final Fantasy VII remake, and new trailers they put out. This was so good, but they asked me wouldn't it be so much better if we had new IPs instead of all of these remakes? We've had Resident Evil 2, and of course we got Final Fantasy VII remake coming up. We had Link's Awakening remake, and even Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It's not a remake per se, but it's just. But things just coming back when they don't really need to potentially come back. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that these companies, or especially the bigger companies putting out AAA games, should instead be using their financial resources and development time to give us something new instead of something old? Like if you look at Square, have we got a new IP this entire generation? That wasn't on Switch.
Octopath. Right?
I think that's it.
Bravely Default.
Bravely Default. Did that come out yet? I mean, yeah, it'll come out.
The first one did.
The first one.
And then on 3DS, yeah.
For Capcom, we've just had remakes and sequels.
Nothing new came out of Capcom?
I don't feel like anything new came out. We've had, their biggest year was Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter World, and Resident Evil.
Oh man,
that's it. Because all these games have taken so long to come out, and then the surprises have been the remakes at the end.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, for some of these companies, yeah. At least what's that company? Koei Tecmo. Code Vein is new, right?
Code Vein is new. That's right. That's one new IP, and I I don't know how or why it existed. Maybe because God Eater did something good, bad. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, you're right. Code Vein. That's a good example of something new we had.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people enjoy the remakes because they're good. They've actually been good. It's not just some HD remaster.
Right. So to answer your question, is it necessary? I mean, you can take both sides for it. Obviously, I can understand the appeal of like, we've seen this before. I want to see what you can do now. But because a lot of these games are old, so FF7 came out in what, 96, 97?
97. Yeah.
20 years ago, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at the same time that there are people growing up, or I guess now are a lot older, who are nostalgic, super nostalgic for a game that they loved in the past, and they would be willing to kind of play it again with new eyes. And sure, you can be like cynical and say like, oh, that's just Square kind of taking advantage of nostalgia,
right?
And like, basically charging us to relive our memories. Aren't there also like game developers who were like probably inspired by FF7 who now themselves work at Square and like, I want to do this, like it's like
I want to work on like this is my dream project, like this.
I think it's a passion project for a lot of people on the team. So
I think, I mean, I can see where you're coming from on that in terms of, a lot of the people that are buying these games are now of age to where they can actually afford them, right? They played them when their parents bought them, bought the game for them. And now they can go back, they can buy it. And like I said, it's nostalgia and it's all these memories and seeing what they remember or seeing what's changed. And especially like, with Final Fantasy 7 or even Resident Evil, all the speed runs that some people do or even just yearly, they go back and revisit it. It's part of their DNA. So I think that it's great. But then on the other hand, you're not getting anyone new potentially. Like there's people who are like, why are you so excited about it? It's like Shenmue 3. Like why?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. And I think there's an argument on both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Shenmue 3 is a little bit of a weird one because it's not a weird remake. It's just like
it's just something.
It's just people are just like, oh, just finish what you started. Just finish what you started, and like, okay, fine, we'll finish what we started. But I actually don't mind remakes if they're done very well. So FF7, it's not out yet. We don't really know, but they're saying like it's expanded. We're rewriting the story. We're adding things. We're making it, basically a new game essentially.
Yeah, and we did have the actual opening sequence.
Oh yeah, did you see it?
Yeah. I watched it. It was good, and I watched the comparison because I totally wasn't going to remember 20 years ago
what it looked like. It's way longer now, right?
It does have the first part is new. Yeah, and they show you the upper part of Midgard, like the upper plate, and it's just like, oh snap, this is like stuff that we haven't really seen that much before. Yeah, and it was good. And then we get to Aerith, and I'm like, gosh, darn it, why are you so
cute. Yeah, she's so cute.
Man, I have a question. You.
I don't know if you felt the same way. So when they show the new part, essentially, where they show the upper plate, the city of Midgard, I don't know what it was, but I had this weird feeling when I was like, oh, that's Midgard. Like, that's a really modern looking city. Because like when I think of Midgard from the original game, it's always that like dirty underbelly, right?
Yeah, that's all we ever see, the slums.
That's all that I know of Encore. So like my image of this city was like this industrial, not like hellhole, I guess we'll say it. Like it's just like this it's been run down. The city's been run down, and this planet really is suffering. But when it showed that part of the opening where it's like this thriving, nice,
there's actual people kind of city, enjoying life.
There's like office buildings and cars and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's part of this world as well. And like it was a weird feeling for me because that's not a part of Midgard that I like remember or think about.
And it's definitely not even a part that's shown in any of the kind of, I guess, compilation of Final Fantasy 7. So it's good that they're taking the time, and there's another new character they announced, and they're trying to add some new elements, so it does have a little bit more life in it than just, hey, we're doing a remake and we know you're gonna love it. Here it looks great. Eat it, and I think on the other hand, things like Doom 2016,
okay,
reimagining and
that was,
also keeping
That was
Oh
good.
gosh, Doom
Good game.
2016 is too good.
Good game.
It's too
Good
good.
game.
I mean, they took the feel of Doom and actually transported it into 2016. The way you move, it still has that same movement feel as
Oh, it
OG
does.
Doom.
Yeah, because it's
And that,
really fast. You know what I mean?
it's fast, but it feels like you don't stop on a dime. I don't know. It feels like I'm playing, and I played on PS4, but it felt like I was playing on,
like a PC almost.
On a PC, just like I did way back. And it was crazy. So I think, yeah, like you said, nostalgia is a huge thing. And what I hope is that a lot of these older games that are being remade can actually fund newer IPs for the next generation.
Yeah, I think that's part of it as well, because when you take a project like FF7 remake, obviously it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost a buttload of money just to get everything out, advertising, to pay these teams. Development costs are going to be through the roof, I bet. But it's almost, and I don't work at Square, and I don't certainly do accounting for Square, but I feel like it's a guaranteed profit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for better or worse, they're going to make their money back. Well, I don't know about back, but they're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, so from Square's point of view, it's more or less a very safe investment. So they could use that to fund whatever projects they want.
And I think that's a good point you bring up. It's a safe investment. And I think we see the same thing in the movie industry. Like if you go to the movies, there's just like every major studio, they only release these surefire kind of blockbusters that they feel are going to be hits and bring back the money.
Yeah, like we know every Marvel like MCU movie is gonna bring in the money, right?
There's got a freaking channel for it. The whole Disney section for them,
Yeah, there's no question they cost a buttload to make, but there's no question that they bring in money.
And I think that's one of the bottom lines for a lot of the companies. And I think to put a positive spin on the whole remake thing, is that now, even in movies or in games or even in books, we all have like this ability to self-publish or to make indie films, indie games. And I think that I remember when I used to get excited, like, oh snap, man, someone's making an indie game in like pixel art. That's hype.
Yeah.
And now it's like, shit, another pixel art indie game.
Everyone can do it. Yeah.
But they're all, I gotta say, like, I just bought Hyperlight Drive. No, sorry.
Hyperlife Drifter.
Hyperlife, yeah. And then I also bought Moonlighter. And, there's Celeste. I mean, there's just all these nice, quality, solid indie games that I think fill that gap of, okay, maybe you're not getting original IPs from the bigger companies now, but you're getting
these original IPs.
Yeah, but you're getting these original IPs.
Yeah, that's fair. So how about you? I mean, I don't think you might have mentioned it just now, but like, are these remakes necessary? Do you like them? Do you like these remakes?
I don't like them because I end up buying them again.
Okay, so you do like them, right?
So I do. I like, for me as a person who's, I've bought games and then sometimes I forget to play them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually like, I hate the fact that, it's on me that I didn't play it, but I'm grateful for the fact that it's being updated and brought to a new system.
Right.
And I can buy it again. This weekend I bought Okami again.
Oh, did you? On what, PC or PS4?
On PC.
Okay.
I own Okami on the Wii, the PS2, and the PC.
On the PC now?
And the PS3.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's the one on PS3? It's called HD Edition, right? And I think the one on PC now is called what, Definitive Edition? I'm not sure.
Definitive or Shadow. It had like I think some Japanese kanji in it, but
probably Zekkeiban.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I could look it up. I don't know.
Oh, because I bought the Japanese copy on PS4. I'm pretty sure it's Zekkeiban, which is like ultimate. What, I don't know. What's like really nice looking picture version. Sorry,
we'll call it the Definitive Edition.
Yeah.
So
I'm having a hard time just thinking in English right now, but yeah,
it's so hard. But no, I mean, like I do appreciate them. I think that at the end of the day, it's our choices whether we want to buy it or not. I think as long as it can fund a new IP, I'm happy.
Oh, so that's your condition.
That's my yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's
for
my
me,
contingency.
I mean, I don't mind because like it's a lot of these well-loved games from the past, and not all of them, but at least for me, for FF7, let's say, it gives me a chance to share with people who have never played the original to
Hmm.
kind of like. It sounds really bad, but
It's like bring it back.
it gives me a chance to like pimp the game to someone who's never played it. So I can be like, "Oh, you've never played like Resident Evil 2, you have to play it. You have to play it." And then maybe they'll get the remake, and then we can, start talking about a game that I love, right?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
gives a second life into this
And it
franchise,
also
into this community. So
it allows you to just like like Resident Evil, you'll be able to go through eventually all of them and updated graphics, at the very least. So like you said, you can introduce your friend to them and get hype and talk about it. The only thing I have to say is I really want some obscure ones now.
like what? Code Veronica, or not even?
No, I don't think anyone wants Code Veronica, but
You're thinking of Zero?
I'm thinking of it starts with an X. I know it won't make money, Bandai, but you can.
What are you talking about? Project Cross Zone or what?
Nah, just
Namco
Xenosaga. Just Xenosaga.
Oh, Xenosaga.
Just Xenosaga.
I'll
keep bringing it up. Or Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger. Shit, Chrono Trigger. That's sure money there.
I know, but I gotta want it to. Oh, Chrono Trigger. What are you doing?
Chrono Trigger. Just
make it again.
Just make all of your Square Soft games again. Done.
Like Vagrant Story and stuff like that.
Vagrant Story. Just do it. Just do it. We
So
just gave you money. Just gave you money.
That's also a good example, like when you bring up Chrono Cross or something, because it's easy enough to get Chrono Trigger. You can actually get it on PC.
It's on everything.
It's on mobile phone.
It's literally everything, yeah.
So it's kind of easy to get Chrono Trigger, but it's not easy to get Chrono Cross. You have to get it as a PS1 classic if you own a PS3 or a Vita or a PSP, or that's it. Or you buy a physical copy.
There has to be something with either licensing. There's got to be some weird
reason
thing because. Because they won't do a lot of these projects unless they can get the entire OG staff team back together, or like parts of the original team. But I mean, we had like what Legend of Mana or Secret of Mana come back on mobile, just for a weird version. But like they brought the IP back, today. So why not bring back something that is sure hit, sure fire?
Like why not Chrono Cross, right?
Why?
Yeah, that blows my mind. Like. Today in 2020, if you want to play Chrono Cross, you have to either find a physical copy and play it on a PS2 or a PS3 or a PS1, or you have to get the digital copy for a PS3 or PSP or Vita, and that's it. If you want to play it legally, or you pirate it, right? Those are your options. Like,
and we don't condone the pirating.
So if I'm telling my friend to be like, you got to play Chrono Cross, you got to play this game, and he's like, oh sure, it sounds good. How can I play it? And I'm like, you got to get a Vita. He's gonna be like, oh, I'll pass. Right?
You gotta get a Vita. That's a hard one there. You gotta get a Vita.
So it's not quite the same as like, oh, you gotta play FF7. You can play the remake in 2 months. It's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll think about it. But I'm like, you gotta play Chrono Cross. So be like, I'm gonna just watch a Let's Play. Like, so.
Hopefully that kind of gives our wonderful listener some insight to what we think about these remakes. And speaking of this isn't a remake at all. Sonic the Hedgehog. What the heck, man? Sonic, how on earth did this movie surpass Detective Pikachu in the US for opening weekend?
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise for me.
I mean, it's like 57 million to 54 million. I mean, 3 million, but still, Sonic, you got it like that, bro? When did Sonic get hype?
I think, and we were talking about it before we started recording, but I feel like when they announced or showed the first trailer with the original character design, and it had all that negative press, as they say, like bad press is still good press.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press.
That's the phrase I want. Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press. So like when they showed it, they're like, oh, that's gross, that's disgusting. Like fix this. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna delay the movie, we're gonna fix it. And then now that they have fixed it, I think a lot of people are just like, how is it now? How did you fix it? And then, people are just kind of curious. So they're
curious, right?
Oh, I'm going to check it out.
It's been received pretty well. I think I've seen a couple of Rotten Tomatoes scores, or, it's like similar to Detective Pikachu. It's not that far off. So they're in the same vein. And I don't know. It came out over Valentine's weekend in the US. So couples
You have super
potentially saw
romantic
it, you know.
movie, yeah.
It still blows my mind. Sonic is such a rough IP, you know what I mean? It's gone up and down so many times. If you would have
It's
asked
gone
me
up, it's gone down, and then a little bit up, and then down
again, it's gone
Yeah.
down more than up. And for every time, you know, Mario has taken a step forward, Sonic is like just drowned himself.
What's your favorite Sonic game of the last 10 years?
I haven't played Sonic in 10 years.
Oh, really?
I actually can't even answer the question. I
That's
said
so funny.
no. Like,
for me, it's probably Generations.
oh yeah, that one was actually good.
Generations was good, and then when they showed the teaser for Sonic Forces, when they had Modern Sonic and Classic Sonic together, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a Generations sequel." Generations was so good. I'm so excited. And then Forces came out, and I was like, "This is not what I asked for."
You get every other Sonic game or every other Sonic game is the good one.
Yeah, but I played Mania, and that was pretty decent.
Oh yeah, but that's just like straight retro, right? If I remember.
Yeah. It really just feels like a sequel to Sonic and Knuckles. That's how retro it is, but that's how well done it is. It just really feels like a lost Sonic game.
And so that's happening. If you've seen the movie, definitely let us know what you think about it. Tweet to us or leave
We
a
can't see
voicemail.
it for another month.
Yeah, we can't. Japan doesn't get until like March 27th or some.
It's
late
the end
date.
of March. Like, why do we have to wait that long?
Sonic is special. Maybe they want to do a special rollout. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I do. Well, I don't. I just want to see it now. I was like, "Oh, Sonic's out. Let's go watch it." And I like look up showtimes, and I was like, "It's not even on." Like, when is Sonic out? And I looked at advanced ticket sale, and it's like March 27th, and I was like, "Why?
Why? It's special. Special. Sonic is coming home. And you know what else is coming home? I can't do any transitions today. We have the PS5 is apparently having a little bit of difficulty in terms of narrowing down that cost. Now, there's some reports from Bloomberg saying that you're gonna have to help me out on this. Do you say NAND memory?
Yeah, NAND flash. Yeah,
the NAND flash, and then also DRAM is causing the price to be around $500, like $450 basically. But in order to either make profit or depends on how Sony wants to play it, they can either sell it at $500 or they could sell it at $400, take a loss. It all depends. But that's the kind of update in terms of PS5 for this week. I don't know what NAND is.
So NAND flash is basically the SSD like material. So that's what they need to make the hard drives, the SSDs for the console. Okay. And DRAM is DRAM. It's like,
it's just RAM. It's just RAM.
So I've heard about this. So there's been a global shortage of DRAM and NAND flash like in the last couple of years. So the price of RAM especially has been so high. It was really, really bad a couple years ago. So when I went to build my last computer, a 16 gig kit was like a little under $100. And then, well, that was the normal price. And then like after the shortage happened, the exact same kit that I had in my computer was like $200. Like it had just doubled in price.
Okay. See, I wanted to get a 16 gigs of RAM. I have 8 gigs right now. I want to get 16, get a new graphics card eventually, and tidy up everything. But nope, not now. Nope.
Well, yeah, you might just have to wait. To be honest, though, I think maybe you should have jumped on an SSD sooner.
I have a nice SSD though. The SSD.
Oh yeah, you do have an SSD.
Up.
Yeah,
SSD
I mean, if you want a bigger one, you might want to. I don't know, and we'll see where it's going. But I also think that part of the shortage might be because of smartphone manufacturers, because like Samsung just announced their new phones. Apple is no doubt starting, getting ready for their new iPhone this year.
Their new iPhones, yeah.
So the production is starting to ramp up, and those components, like those phones, use the exact same components, right? So that's going to cause a shortage as well.
Because these phones didn't used to be 3 series. Now they're, they used to releases. Okay, here's the iPhone this year. It's in 2 models. Now here's the iPhone this year. It's in 3-4 models. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and they're trying to sell it to like so many countries at the same time, and they have a certain demand. And how many iPhones does iPhone sell in the first like 3 months? Like a couple million, right?
Million, yeah. It sells a lot. And to add on to that kind of delay, or I don't know if this is having any effect right now, but of course the coronavirus. I hope I said that right, because every time I say corona, I just think of a drink.
I think it's coronavirus. I think so.
Okay, yeah, the coronavirus is, that's still causing some global shortages. I did find a story about Nintendo, of course, and it's affecting their Switch production and Switch shipments for accessories, and of course the actual console itself. Now, like, some of these shipments, of course, have already shipped, like this month and maybe next month, but it's down the line. And this isn't just for Nintendo, but it's for a lot of other manufacturers and companies. There we go. Also facing similar delays. So I don't know if this can actually play into the PS5 or any next gen stuff, but hopefully this coronavirus can get under check.
Yeah, especially because we live in Japan and the Tokyo Olympics are this summer. And I don't want
coronavirus plus.
I don't want millions of people streaming into the city.
Oh goodness!
I'm gonna stay home. I'm not kidding, man. I'm
still trying to get my tickets. I'm still trying to get my tickets for one event.
Don't do it. Just stay home. Save yourself.
If I can just see one event, I'll be happy. That's the last time you heard from Leon. He's gone. Yeah. Adrian's gone.
Yeah.
Oh man. But no, everyone, for real, if wherever you are, please take care of yourself and make sure that you wash your hands, brush your teeth, gargle, don't touch your face.
Yeah, never touch your face. Just wear that iron mask.
Wear the iron mask. Try to be cautious around other people. If you got a cough or sneeze, cover your mouth. And just remember, masks aren't always necessary, according to the CDC.
You know what I wanted to do as a half joke? Because I also, a part of my sense of humor is getting reactions out of people. So how in Japan a lot of people are just having the paper mask, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to get a full-on
ski mask?
Mask, like what you would find as part of a hazmat suit or something. And
you just want to get a biohazard, dude. If you went in with the hazmat suit on,
I would just go outside like that. Yeah.
If you walked around the street in a hazmat suit, I promise you, people would start freaking out, being like, "Oh!" And if you had a garden spray hose, how they have a pressure washer hose kind of thing, that they use to spray down. It's oh gosh, if you walked.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's so bad, guys.
The police stop me. I'm like, I'm just protecting myself.
I'm protecting myself and washing the streets for everyone else, cleaning the germs up.
If you go on Amazon right now, you can find some pretty impressive masks, heavy duty masks.
Oh man.
Not saying you should do it, but I'm saying if you want to do it, you can do it.
It's crazy, man. I mean, it's a normal-ish flu, but it just has a lot of different variants, I think. Yeah, because I don't know. I had to look it up today just to kind of educate myself on it. But if you feel I don't know. I don't know why I'm just I'm being Papa Adrian today right now. I'm but if you feel yourself, if you have a fever, feel like you're short of breath. I forgot the other symptom. There's one other symptom, but it's basically it's a common cold symptom. That's all. That's it.
That's spooky because you don't know if you have a cold or not.
Yeah. Dang.
Well, okay. Well, if you're like me and you never leave your apartment, that's how you're immune. You just don't go outside.
Just don't go outside. And if you're like me, just keep playing Apex and you'll be fine.
Sounds good. I'm going to play Apex right now.
That's it, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Remember, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. We're doing great things there, and hopefully soon to be doing some great things on our YouTube. You can find us at UGP_cast on Twitter and Instagram, and then just type in Unknown Games Podcast for the YouTube. Leave a like and subscribe on all of those channels. And like I said, we update. We try to get everything nice and tidy for you. Put out some cool stuff, what we're thinking, what we're doing. Or I don't know. That's about it. Alex, you have anything else?
Go play Chrono Cross legally.
Yeah, go play Chrono Cross. Remember, you set the tone. Have a great day. Go play some games, and we'll see you next week for episode 23.
See ya.
See ya.